how long's it been since the Inaudible podcast has come to you? Not quite live, but slightly down the road from it.
It's been at least 3, not quite live, but not quite dead either.
Not quite deady, no. I mean, I don't know. Put us under a microscope, scientists wouldn't say we're alive, so...
My God, I don't think this is even human.
No. No, definitely not. One of us is from Andromeda.
Yeah.
Don't know where the hell I'm from, but it's definitely not, at least not this time zone, let alone
You're a
base.
spirit. You're a ghost, remember?
I'm a ghost. Oh, okay, am I?
Yeah,
Did I die when my lung went?
You only appear on film.
Oh, okay. But, well,
That's like a ghost.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't technically film though. That's where I was.
You only manifest on film. Right now, you're just a disembodied voice.
It's no, because if you know, ghosts do kind of only manifest on not just film but media sources.
Oh yeah.
Because you do get the whole like
Yeah.
in the crackling of the audios and the blips and the blops.
I've never, for the benefit of everyone listening at home, I've never actually met Ozzy in real life. I mean, we've tried to arrange things and he keeps putting it off. I think it's because if we were to ever actually try and meet up, I'd realise that you were just a presence. I wouldn't actually be able to meet you.
I was a presence, or I was in your presence.
Or you were wrapped in a big present, like in Chibnall-be-gone.
Yeah. I mean, nearing 10 years worth of Digimon videos to say otherwise, but I'm not. But I'm just a digital apparition at that point. You've gone through the digital door, but you're the only one who is truly real. I am part of the digital world.
Oh, you're part of the simulation, like in Extremis.
Oh yeah.
When we go out the door, you disappear.
Yeah, it's the Nardole moment. It's like, oh no, I'm a simulation too.
And I don't know what I am. I'm also here.
Yeah.
Not human. We've established none of us are human.
You're not human, but you are at least the only physical being within the tower.
Yeah, that's true. Rich is like a weak audio. Yeah, Rich is a weak audio signal.
Yeah.
From Andromeda.
What's Alex? Barely here enough to be important.
Oh wow.
No, sorry, I can help it.
What would he be? Also, my volume is slightly too low.
Okay. I know his audio can be a bit worse than Richard's at times, so he's a bit further away than that as well.
Yeah, he's like, is he falling into the Great Attractor or something? Slightly further away. Well, it's a lot further away, actually.
The Greater Tractor as opposed to the Greater Combine Harvester.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's often, it's really, really far away. It's like in Froome.
Slowly making its way down.
Yeah. So for just in case anyone was worried about where your favourite podcast Inaudible had gone, basically the Olympics was on and I did nothing except watch the Olympics for 2 weeks. So I've only just edited the last one last week, so now we're ready to go again.
Yeah, you had an off week for the Olympics sort of thing.
Tweaks.
Tweaks, whatever. It's all right to have a break now and then.
Exactly. It's good. It was a nice break. I enjoyed it. Huh. No offense, but you know what it's like when you just it's nice. Change is as good as a rest, isn't it, as they say. So yeah, today I got pricked.
Okay. Your final prick.
Yeah, the final prick.
The final prick.
And I don't know if you remember on my first one, I said I was quite late because of the buses, lorry buses, and so I had to run like part of the way to the place. I didn't want to miss my appointment, and afterwards, like in the evening, I had like a headache and I was really tired, and I was like, I don't know if this is just because I've run, and I don't normally do that. But it happened again today, so I think it was it's the vaccine that's giving me the headache and making me tired rather than the run. Although I'm sure that couldn't have helped.
Oh my!
But yeah, that's good. I got a sticker.
Oh!
I got a sticker to say I've been vaccinated against COVID-19. So I put it on my bedroom door with all the stickers from my childhood.
Oh, okay, yeah. Is this like the first sticker you've added in like years?
Yeah, it must be at least 15, 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did mention this behind the Digimon, though, didn't we?
Yeah. The door labels were the newest thing on there, I think.
Do they count as stickers? You made them yourself, so this is the
Those are things
first...
I make myself a sticky.
But, I know, but like this is.
Oh wow! I killed him.
What was I going to say? But yeah, no, it's the first like outside source sticker you've had in like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the door label. I got the label maker. I'm sure people have seen it here and there on the channel. And I was like giggling to myself, thinking, "Oh, just put a label that says door and put it on my door." And I went to put it on my door, and there was already one there that I'd forgotten about in exactly the same place that I was about to put this one.
Anyway, no, I know you've told me this story before, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. So I'm all pricked up, and I guess not 100% safe because people have still got it, even whilst being vaccinated. But I'd rather increase my chances of not getting it.
In my opinion, Kristian, you've always been a bit of a prick. But no.
I'm doing the thing where I put like my hand up to my head and lean backwards.
Yeah. The backwards hand that a fit of the vapors.
Exactly. You've damaged my delicate constitution.
Oh dear. I think we've been on form the past 5-10 minutes. I think it's because we've been away for like 20, not 22 weeks. Yeah, we've been away for 20 years.
22 weeks we've been away.
22 weeks, yeah.
And yeah. But now we're back.
Well, now we're back. And it's a bit of a shame Rich isn't here because he's the one that informed us of the news that we could talk about.
Yeah, shit of a bane. Well, we're going to talk about it anyway.
Yes.
Which is Hoctor Do.
Hoctor Do. I was going to try and make a segue into it when you'd mentioned extremists earlier in the podcast.
Sorry,
But I don't know. Either one of us, I can't remember which of us carried on, but the conversation carried on nicely enough that I didn't need to.
We grabbed the handle, the steering bar of the Segway and steered it back on track.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Well, now that we've spoken of a good series of Doctor Who, let us go on to the current ones.
Yeah. So the news, if no one has heard it before.
We're a bit late to the game.
Yeah, we're a bit. Yeah. Oh well. I assume most people get all their Doctor Who news from this podcast, so they won't have heard this.
We've gone through the gate of the lame because we're late to the game.
Exactly. that's going to be like on the because in the lore the tower has like a wall around it like a citadel. There'll be a gate of the lame. That'll be one of them now.
That's the gate of the lame is like the entrance that not really anyone knows about, but is like the secret back entrance that you can kind of sneak into the gardens through.
Yeah, you've got to limp through it though, like you're lame.
Yeah, and it's kind of got that overgrowth. So like, whilst everyone's attacking the front and trying to get in the front, we can sneak in and out the back.
The gate of the lame. Yeah,
the gate of the lame.
What could we do? We're surrounded. We have the gate of the lame. Yes, of course, the gate of the lame. We can escape into the marshes.
Shit, is the tower surrounded by marshes?
Yeah, I guess it is now.
It is now. All this lore you've got to add now.
It is on that side.
Okay. just a one like 4 meter by 4 meter by 4 meter chunk of marsh. Just at that gate exit.
Yeah, it's like the Minecraft chunk hasn't kind of like blended properly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Chris Chibnall is leaving at the end of soon. The end of there's a series coming up, which is series 13, and then
another.
There is a quote unquote series 14, which is just a series of specials.
Okay.
And he's going to be there for that as well, and then he's leaving. Also leaving Jodie Whittaker. So it'll be a complete refresh. That is, if they don't cancel it. Because
it would have been nice to see how someone else could have handled Whittaker, but if you've got to get rid of both to get rid of one, I'll kind of take it. Yeah.
throw the bathwater out with the baby, as it were.
So, sorry, Whittaker, but he pulled you onto this boat. You accepted going onto this boat with him, and now you're too far out at sea, and there's no lifeboats.
Exactly. You got to play the violin on the deck, like in Titanic.
At least as the boat sinks, it'll be shot nicely.
Yeah, yeah, it'll
look beautiful as it sinks.
So we were talking about this behind the scenes in Digimon a couple of weeks ago.
Well, we mentioned it, and then we decided not to go into depth, really, didn't we?
But one of the things we mentioned was how HBO are kind of like co-helming it at the moment and they signed a deal for I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 series, but I was reading this earlier, and it's really unclear as to whether their deal ends at the end of the specials, which during Chibnall leave, or the series after. Because I thought it was the series after, in which case we would have seen at least one kind of pilot series from HBO, presumably having more of an influence because they're probably throwing more money at it than the BBC. Brilliant. And I forgot to breathe for a while there.
Remember to breathe.
Thanks. But yeah, it might not be. It wasn't 100% sure because obviously with this series of specials now, I'm not really sure what series people are referring to when they talk about things. But we'll soon find out, won't we?
Yeah, I guess the only way to find out is to find out.
Yeah. I suppose they might end up ending the last special just with her regenerating and then it ending before she finishes regenerating, if they don't have anywhere to go with it.
It's not going to happen because they're going to announce the next Doctor and all this, but I want it to be like halfway through the specials and then she regenerates.
But
give the new Doctor a special or 2 before. That
would mean that Chibnall would end up being in charge of them for those specials, which may not be a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, if it's written by the new HBO lot, but Chibnall's just kind of the behind the scenes bloke.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that if the HBO would have a big influence in it, just because I'm assuming they're throwing more money at it than the BBC are, just because of the nature of the companies.
Well, is it because it's not like fully just HBO though, is it? It's like a collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
So surely you're having money from both BBC and HBO.
Yes, but I would assume that HBO can give more money into it than the BBC because obviously the BBC don't have a lot of money to throw around. So HBO will say we want 50 executive producers from our side, and you want that person to write it, do you? Well, we'll have to look at our funding model because I'm not sure how far we can stretch. It'll be that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully we get someone good to take over in both roles.
At least there is a horizon for us to look forward to.
Yes, and let's be honest, it may even be the BBC making the decisions, and they might pick someone better. It's we're just kind of assuming that they're okay with what's going on at the moment. So,
well, yeah, no, because the BBC are going to they're not going to give up Doctor Who completely.
No.
So I could see them at least choosing the next Doctor, probably.
Yeah.
You could see maybe like they're trying to redo what they tried to do with the movie, but try and do it successfully this time.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Where kind of it still continues from the old continuity. They still choose a British actor as the Doctor or whatever, and do the BBC get their choice and etc. etc. But it's got American budget, American writers, American flim-flam.
Yeah, flim-flam, exactly.
Flim-flam.
What was I going to say? Lost it. Oh well. There we are.
Lost it.
Yeah, the last one.
You've got the last what's it?
That's so annoying when that happens. Anyway. That was it. So next Doctor, my assumption is that it's going to be a woman. Simply because if they now go back to a man again, they'll get a load of people saying, "Oh, I guess that didn't work then." Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they should have it back and forth.
No.
We're going to be speaking about genders for the moment, people. So, but yeah, not like back and forth, but more sort of like just mishmash.
Yeah.
So you'd like 2 women, a man, a woman, 2 men, a woman, three women, or do you get what? Just keep changing up the numbers.
I think they're kind of in the position now where, like, because I mentioned that, I think they kind of have to plan the gender of the Doctor for the next one and maybe the one after as well. Maybe they go back to a man again. But I think hopefully they can just then start picking people based on ability rather than. But like I said, because they kind of
this is a new age for decision choosing of the Doctor.
But I feel like they kind of have to have a woman as the next one, because otherwise, like I said, they're going to get all the idiots coming out saying that, oh, guess there's not a woman anymore then, or whatever. But anyway, I know I mentioned that the big rumour was this guy from Russell the Davis's latest thing, It's a Sin, was going to be the next one.
Remember you.
Yeah. I need to watch It's a Sin. It's meant to be really good.
I haven't seen. Is that the LGBT?
Yeah, it's about the HIV scare in the 80s.
Yeah, I do. I remember it being.
Well, I say scare.
It was actually,
it was a real big problem, wasn't it? It wasn't
a
scare. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, people actually banged on about that show for a good month or two after it aired. It wasn't just like a 1-2 week thing. When it had finished, people sort of chat about it for a week or two, and then they moved on. I remember constantly hearing people saying about it and being, "Oh, that's a good show." So maybe that's given me a good impression of it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
that's where I was trying to go with that.
It is.
What I was going to say is something interesting I'd like to see is maybe a series with multiple Doctors throughout the series.
Like in different sort of timelines, or just like regenerating one by one?
Or even if it's like two timelines are accidentally crossing throughout a series.
That would be cool.
Or something, yeah. So like, we're not just... Whittaker's 13, so we're not just getting the 14th Doctor, but we get 14 and 15. So the character arc of the 14th is that they know they're inevitably going to become the 15th no matter what. They can't stop it because they've met themselves as the 15th. And the 15th has got a whole big kaflooey thing going on that the 14th gets muddled into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could have done something like that with...
multi-dimensional.
Yeah,
if need be.
When the Ruth Doctor showed up, and she was like, "I don't remember you," and Wichita was like, "Well, I don't remember you."
That's kind of what I hoped they were going for.
Yeah.
We talked about this, didn't we, during the time?
Oh, it's so long ago, I can't remember. But yeah, it's definitely a missed opportunity rather than just, oh, actually, it turns out it's just in your past and you've forgotten.
Yeah.
That would have been way more interesting, definitely. The other one.
Just your two like universes are merging or whatever, and which Gallifrey was actually destroyed, and well, I mean, that's a way you could get around it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe there'll be some kind of I was about to say retcon, but I'm sure it would all be completely planned from the start.
But I mean, like
in the next series, perhaps.
I mean, you could even get away with it by saying that everything to do with series 12, was it series 12 we just had?
Yes.
I get so confused because it's 13th Doctor, but it's series.
Yeah.
It'd be all right next year because it'll be 13th Doctor with 13th series, and I'll be able to use that as a reminder.
Yeah.
Where was I going?
You could use the multiple timelines thing.
You could literally just say that's why that version of the Master was completely different to what Missy had been, because he wasn't even our Master.
Yeah.
So and the whole story he told Whittaker was about his universe's Doctor, not our universe's Doctor. Yeah. But we thought it was our universe's Doctor because that's what we assumed it was all from, blah, blah, blah.
I did read a thought someone had online.
I've put so much thought into how you can retcon this.
Yeah, just the other day I read about how their kind of prediction that they were kind of putting in the metaphorical envelope was that it's going to turn out that the Timeless Child was actually sent back into the past by the Time Lords to create themselves.
Okay.
Which might be a bit more interesting.
Wouldn't have been bad. No, not better than what we got.
Yeah. But yeah, no, with the Master, I think even in universe, you could kind of just assume that he was a pre-Missy Master.
Yeah, that's
But remember when the Vord showed up at the start of the series in Spyfall?
Yeah, we never got that back. Yeah, I know. I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
Parallel worlds are a thing that were set up, and it was never like they never came back to that plot thread. So I do kind of feel like that is where it's going to go. They just set it up so long ago that everyone forgot about it.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's my prediction.
I
don't know,
if
envelope.
But it's still Chibnall at the moment, so I don't know if I trust it to be.
I do get carried away with all the theories, and I do love talking about it, even if I didn't like it. I guess that's the mark of a fan, isn't it?
I remember Big Finish tried to sort of pull off a way of explaining the Szechuan master. I can't remember his name.
Szechuan sauce master.
Yeah.
Sacha Dhawan.
That's him. Yeah, I was close.
Just call him Waris Hussein if you like.
Yes. But yeah, like
someone didn't know what I was talking about. They just think I'm a massive racist there, but I won't bother explaining it. If you're not a fan, you don't get to learn.
No.
Gatekeeping, ho.
do some Doctor Who research. Yeah, they tried to create a version that was like after Missy, and it was like the idea was that because Missy sacrificed herself and was good, she regenerated into like another version that was a good, or it was something like all the goodness manifested into just a new incarnation or something like that.
Like a Valiard.
In a way, yes, I think it was.
Or
I know I've definitely explained this before.
Dreyalav. Because it's opposite.
I do recommend it. It's the first the first story of series 2 of Missy box sets.
Okay.
The Lumia. And she's basically like Missy's Valiard, but because Missy was bad, this one is good. But Missy ends up causing the Lumiat's death, which is this Valiard version.
All right.
And that's what causes her to regenerate into the Wham, but now being evil again because you've had the trauma of being... Yeah, the idea was that when Missy did it, she was trying to get rid of the good sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Anyway...
I would have explained it better when I mentioned it many, many moons ago when I first listened to Missy Series 2 and it was fresh in my mind. I've tried to look it up on the TARDIS fandom wiki, but you know what a jumble that shit is.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Ozzy, you know Arthur? The TV show, the cartoon.
It's not cancelling, but they're finishing it.
It's coming to an end, after 25 years.
Be honest with you, Kristian, until about a month or two ago, I didn't even know it was still going.
Yeah, we had this epiphany, didn't we, when we were looking for the things to react to.
We were planning. Yeah, actually, I remember because we were in your living room and we were planning the pilot of Nostalgia Trip. Yeah, and we were looking into like Arthur episodes, and we were like, "Holy shit, it's still going!"
So the 25th and final season of Arthur will air next year on in America. I mean, it's a
bit of a shame, but I honestly haven't seen the newer ones, so I wouldn't know if it ever hit like the jumping shark moment. Did it ever like go past series 9 or 10 of The Simpsons, like The Simpsons? Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Ever outstay its welcome? That's the term.
Yeah. I don't know, but that's the news. The news a ton.
I don't know. I don't care.
I'm just going through. I've had like 2 or 3 weeks to make notes of things that have happened, so I just want to go through these.
Actually, I've got a note. I've got something.
I didn't note that.
Well, you might have because they've announced the next season of Digimon.
I didn't know that.
It's like Ghost Story.
I've heard of it actually. I've seen people posting the characters online. Okay, but I didn't know what it related to.
I believe this is our next generation of the Digimons. Ghost game Digimon.
What's the game?
I don't know if it's Digimon Ghost Game or Ghost Game Digimon.
Digimon Ghost Game.
I know the poster. I can't really tell. You got pictures up and shit.
There's also a Digimon Adventure 02 movie coming out.
Nanny?
That's what this site says.
Shared it. What is okay?
Production
please,
has
please.
launched for the Digimon Adventure 02 movie. Yes, here we go. Let me post this in the thing.
In the inaudible one.
That's the teaser trailer.
Oh.
There are
I mean, I was just speaking Japanese then, but I wish I could understand it enough to actually know what they were saying in this.
There are subtitles on YouTube.
Oh, okay. If I subtitle, Oh, special announcement trailer. When Vimon and I were preparing ramen, a giant Digitanma appeared in the sky. Then I met someone who has a Digivice, but no Digimon with him, and he said, "Nay, we are but men." Sorry. Okay. Okay.
There we are.
Oh. Okay.
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 This is the movie I've been waiting for years. I'm feeling tingles. I am feeling a little bit of a tingle.
Oh.
I'm hoping it is real. But no, it must be real. It's on
No,
the
it is
Toei
real.
side.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a fluff moment. I think I was just so overwhelmed. Oh, okay. We've got a new Digimon thing to react to when it's finally out.
Yes. As for Ghost Game, I don't know anything about it. Is it just a regular series kind of thing? Is it just the next thing? Next series?
I think it might just be the next, or I don't. If it could be like an Applemon thing, maybe.
I'm just trying to read about it. There's just no information about it at all.
Just the pictures.
As to how it relates to other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know all their main ones are brand new designs. The main Digimon for the main characters.
Yeah. We get a bunch of new Digimons.
And that's premiere on Fuji TV in October 2021. There we are. It's pretty soon.
Okay. Nice. Maybe we should check out the first one at some point.
Yeah.
See if it's worth going on.
Yeah.
Guanin.
Yeah.
See if it's worth guanin with.
So the yeah, this one was more for Rich to sort of, but this might be quite interesting anyway. Games Workshop have made so much money during the pandemic because so many more people were buying more. What can I say? Toy soldiers that try and upset people.
Little plastic models that do nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Beyblades spin.
Whoa! Look at it go. Yeah, they've done so well that every single member of staff has been given a £5,000 bonus this year.
Oh, fair play!
Which is pretty big. Yeah, that just gives you an idea of how well they've done this year. Yeah,
nice one. Yeah,
they actually, I think, their profit as a percentage of their costs was like a bigger percentage than Google's. So obviously Google made more money overall, but they also kind of spent more as a percentage, if you see what I mean. Yeah.
Whereas Games Workshop already had a load of unsold shit because no one bought them beforehand.
Yeah. But yeah, I of course immediately went onto their website and saw what jobs they had going, but nothing that fitted me.
Stuff, if you like, I fell out of that habit. I used to be in the habit of always just every couple of months checking the local like comic book stores and stuff to see if they had any jobs. I think I got comfortable enough with just cleaning in schools that I haven't worried about it for a few years. But if you do want to work in like a Games Workshop, I reckon just keep on checking every month or two.
Well, I personally wouldn't want to work in a Games Workshop because it'd probably be a significant pay cut for me. No offense to anyone that works in a Games Workshop, but I was looking for things like more related to the job I do.
But even then, just keep looking because one day there might be something.
Yeah.
Start looking within that sector.
Yes.
Rather, yeah.
Lord of the Rings. You know Lord of the Rings?
Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know it.
Have you heard of Amazon? They're like a rocket company, but they also deliver things.
You mean Kablam? Yeah.
Yeah. So Amazon are making a Lord of the Rings series for Amazon Prime, which is based on the Second Age, which is like, you know, the age of sort of myths and legends before what we see in Lord of the Rings books and films. A lot of it is covered in the book.
But no, I've not read the books.
Yeah,
I only know the films, and
I was trying to explain
I'm only okay with them.
I was trying to explain it in vague terms, you know, like it's kind of the
prequels.
Yeah, like thousands of years before.
Yeah,
when gods walked the earth, when the earth was flat, kind of thing.
It's possibly. We don't know until the game's out, but it's the Legend of Arceus to the Lord of the Rings universe.
Yeah. So like, there's a load of stories and stuff that are collected in the Silmarillion and unfinished tales and various other books that have been put together.
Oh, okay. I remember you mentioning them. Yeah.
And they're all really cool stories. It's because it's like
cool story, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, it's literally when it's like the age when gods walked the earth, so it's all very
mythological,
extravagant. Yeah. So I've been looking forward to it, but I just found out that due to licensing issues, they're not allowed to use any of the existing stories. So
it's just gonna be set there, but new stories.
Yeah. But I don't understand how they can do that, because
it's a spin-off to what they were originally going to do.
But we know what happens in that time. So either they're gonna have to try and make something up that bears no relation to what actually happened, or they're just gonna have to change the lore. So I'm a little bit disappointed now. But then it's conflicting emotions as well, because I think it'll be cool to see a lot of this stuff, because they've released their first like teaser image, which just looks really nice. For people
if Chris Chibnall knows anything to go by, things can look nice but still be shit.
Exactly. So this is what
you can still get gold-plated shit.
I can like look at it and imagine that it's the stories I know and love. But there's quite a cool image, because it's an area of the world we've never seen before. It's called Valinor. It's where the gods live, basically. Before there was a sun and a moon, they had these two shining trees that gave out different types of light during different times of the day, and they're off in the background over there. So it's quite cool to see. So that got me excited for it, and then I read the article and I was like, "Fucking what?"
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it might have been Family Guy that had like a whole joke about like a gold jewel encrusted shit or something.
Yeah.
And I just got an image of that in my head, but then I thought it doesn't matter how good gold shit is still a shit. It's still a shit.
A platinum Sukamon or gold Numamon or whatever.
Yes. They're a little bit better than normal shit, but they're still shit.
On the plus side, we might be able to like melt this series down into candies and make some of our other series better. Wait, hang on. Crossing the streams.
I mean, it's basic. Breath of the Wild reference. It's basically Hetsu's shit.
If you like,
because
I don't know.
Basically, do you know what Korok seeds are? Have you heard of the age-old tales of quests for Korok seeds and
I know that one.
all that bollocks? I didn't collect them all. I just got the ones I wanted. But yeah, basically, if you get them all and go back to a character in the game, he'll exchange them for just a giant gold shit. And that is when it dawns on you that all this time you've been collecting Korok shits. And because Hestu is basically like a giant Chewbacca-sized. No, he's probably. I don't know how big he's bigger than. Like Chewie's slightly bigger than normal humans.
Please describe how tall he is using the standard unit of one Chewbacca.
A Chewbacca and a head, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's basically just a giant Korok, and you realise that he just gives you one of his shits because it's a giant version of the Korok seeds. Yeah.
Oh dear. That's pretty trollerific. I like it.
Yeah. But throughout the game, he does upgrade your inventory, give you more inventory slots for these seeds. So there is a bit of an upside. Yeah. It's not 100% a troll. It's not like, collect these 1 million seeds and see what I'll give you. Okay, here's a shit.
Pokemon news.
Oh, Pokemon.
So first of all, next Wednesday, the 18th of August 2021, there will be a 28-minute Pokemon Presents thing, all about Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. So we'll be talking about that next week, I presume.
Okay, nice. I'll have to try and remember to... It's bad, and I know it's really, really bad of me to do this, but stuff like that I don't tend to watch directly. I tend to watch reactors reacting to it, which I know is really bad, and I know I shouldn't, because I should be support the official release, goddammit. I'm slapping myself on the back of the hand.
Oh.
I really shouldn't, so I will try and make an effort to actually watch the proper one this time.
I'm gonna make a reaction video to it, and you can watch that.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to start off your channel with something, and know you'll at least get one viewer, because it'll be something I'll watch.
My channel's starting off with the Winter Dragon.
That's, I know. Yeah. No, I know. I was making a joke. What was I going to say?
So.
I was gonna take my joke further, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, I could react to you reacting.
Yes.
To the direct.
I mean, if you want to do that, we could definitely do that.
I don't know if we're joking anymore.
I could put my reaction on Kristian 444.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, so that is at 1 p.m. GMT on Wednesday. If anyone wants to watch that. Oh, hang on, we're in BST, aren't we? Pardon
British
me.
time.
2 p.m. BST.
2 p.m. British time. Just say British time.
Yeah. BST, bacon, sandwich, tomato.
You just change it to like current British time, and it can mean both. It just depends on what time of year it is.
Yeah.
Just, if you're not in Britain, go on Google and Google what time is it now in the UK, and then you can do the maths from there.
If you're not in Britain, fuck off. So, other Pokemon news. This guy on the internet wrote a Pokemon AI algorithm to do competitive battles, and it made it. It's only doing single battles on Pokemon Showdown at the moment in the OU tier. But it made it into the like the top 5% or so of players on the ladder.
Oh, top 5% of rats. Huh?
Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I remember when this.
Finish yours. Finish yours. Mine's Pokemon related, but finish yours.
I was just going to say, thank you. Sorry, thank you.
It's okay.
When there was that computer that played Go in the news a few years ago, and they were "Oh, this is really impressive because Go's got so many different options and branches that it can go down." And I remember sitting there thinking, each Pokemon has 40 moves it can learn.
Yeah.
You don't know what moves it's got, what it's going to use, who they got in the back, blah 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 blah. Show me a computer that can play Pokemon, and I'll be impressed. And this guy's got it.
Do you know what the difference is? Is that back then, the people who would want to do that kind of thing for Pokemon were too young to do it.
No, this guy's quite young. He looks like unless he just has really good skin or something. He looks like he's a student to me.
Okay. No, but there we go then. So 5 years ago, he was way too young to have been able to do that. That's what it's like 5-10 years ago when they made the Go one. The people who were smart enough to make the Go machines weren't the people who were really into Pokemon.
The Go machines, like a car, that goes.
Yeah. You know what, whatever. I'm not a technical termist.
But it was interesting because he wrote this whole kind of almost like a kind of sorting algorithm for the AI to pick out the best. Not like
I just pictured a sorting hat, but for the algorithm.
Sorting is the wrong word, but it could try and identify what all the different branches that the battle could go down and pick the best one. So, but then he had to write this code to guide the AI as to what to actually pick and how to do it. And he found out that actually when he took away the bit on the bottom and just used the guiding code, it did better. So it's mad.
It's something like overcomplicating things was just leading you, and in the end you just kick the door down rather than have to. So he's going to start working on doubles now, which is I'm interested in. He's also said he's never going to release it because he doesn't want competitive Pokemon to just become a ton of people running a program in the background, which is fair. Okay, no, fair play, The only problem is he has now made it known that the concept is possible, so other people will be trying to
exactly.
do the similar thing.
But at the very least, this guy will hopefully get, like, you know, a job that he might like to do out of this. It's a very good advert for his skills.
Yeah. Don't give a CV, just show them the video.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. The guy's called The Third Build, if you want to check him out.
You have shared it to me, but mention it for our eagle ears at home.
Yes. And then the final thing I had was just something that I was thinking about.
Well, was yours still on Pokemon or
not still on Pokemon? Do you have a Pokemon thing?
Yeah, very quickly. Just when you had someone who programmed something Pokemon wise, reminded me of like a month or two ago. I saw this thing that looked quite fun, and it was a Pokemon playthrough, but someone else was able to control the AI Pokemon.
Oh, that is quite cool.
So it was basically like you versus your friend, but one's the opponents. You have to use the Pokemon the opponents have got, but you're obviously in control, and you're
That's
not
really
just
cool. How did they do that?
I don't know, and I can't remember, but try and find it, and we should try it at some point.
Absolutely. If there's one thing I enjoy being, it's the rival.
It's like human-controlled AI or something. Pokemon human-controlled NPCs, maybe. Pokemon, but the world champion controls the AI?
Yeah, I've got it at the same time.
Possibly.
It was the first result.
I don't know if they've released
it was Wolfie. Wolfie's not the world champion, but anyway. Did he win the world championships last year? Do you know what? I haven't followed Pokemon for a while. Maybe he did win Worlds. I really like Wolfie. He angered a lot of people because he won a big tournament. I think he won like US Nationals or something with a stall team. Basically just like
just
you know,
so that everyone struggles out.
Yeah,
sort of thing.
Because there was a timer on the matches as well. So if he just made sure he had more HP than his opponent at the end, he won, and everyone hated him. And I was like, "But that's the rules of the game."
It's not against the rules.
And I can say, as someone who tried to play a similar team once, it is really fucking difficult because you've got to predict what your opponent's going to do like 100%. It's so you've got to be really skilled to do it.
They could have moves that could have like 30 odd PP.
Yeah. You got to try and lock them into certain things and stuff. Yeah, it's really fucking difficult. So mad respect to him for doing that. Fuck the haters.
Yeah, no, that's what I'd call like a taskmaster strategy. If it's not written in the rules, you can do it. It's not on the task. Go nuts, sort of thing. Find any loophole. It's not on the task. If it's not written.
Exactly.
Anyway.
15 April, May. Yeah, I think that's the first one.
But yeah,
I'll watch that later and see if we can figure out, because there's nothing in the description about it. So
no, I couldn't.
Maybe there's just a multiplayer mod for because he's playing blue on this video. Maybe there's just a mod for it.
Okay, maybe, hopefully. Yeah. I just thought I'd mention it now because I know by the end of the podcast I'd forget, and then by the time we meet up, it would have completely slipped my mind. And it's only just because you've mentioned someone programming something to do with Pokemon that made me think, human playing as AI, sort of that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, Wolfie won the World Championships in 2016. Well done him. Oh my god, he's 24? I thought he was way older than that.
Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah. These people have been around for so long, like... I thought he was like when I was playing in 2015, this guy was around, and I thought he was around my age. He must have looked just super mature. Damn, that's really surprised me.
Actually, you do notice that, like, with like YouTubers, hang on, is this up to date? Stuff, there's definitely more YouTubers that look older than they are than younger than they are. You do get the ones that look younger than they are, but I'm always surprised when I find out a YouTuber's age, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, what was that guy? Was it Jim B Media who did a load of reactions to like classic sitcoms and stuff?
Oh, Jim. Yeah. He used to, and Jim then he disappeared.
Yeah. I was really surprised to find out he was 29 because I was like, how the hell did you miss all this stuff? You're my age. Yeah. I thought he was younger.
Maybe he was just one of those people out playing kids playing outside.
One of those weirdos.
Yeah.
Wolfie's 26, actually. This website's out of date, but still.
Okay.
Aaron Zheng is younger, I knew that. He's 24. How old's Baz Anderson? I always thought he was old as well. I'm going to have to... Sorry, I'm the rabbit hole now. Here we are. Born in 88. Yeah, he is older. Good. I feel better about my ability to judge age now. He's actually 4 years older than us. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I remembered the other day about when I had like this brief friend. I was only friends with him for like a couple of years at school. This guy called Nat, and I remembered the other day about how once when I was at his and like we were home alone, we tried to make nitroglycerin, and.
Remind me what nitroglycerin is again.
It's a highly volatile explosive.
I
I
knew it wasn't a good chemical. I just couldn't remember the exact chemical.
We just thought it would be quite fun to make something that would go bang. We only made a little bit. But like in hindsight, I'm really fucking glad it didn't work. Because like I've since learned that we pretty much could have just, if we had made it, so I feel like we probably wouldn't have, but let's say on like the 0.1% chance all the ingredients align just the right way somehow.
Yeah.
If we'd picked it up, we could have exploded. Like that's how volatile it is.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But my mind went off on this wild train of thought. I haven't like written it up into something nice, but this is just basically the train of thought I went on, and I found it quite funny, so I thought I'd share it. Choo-choo. So if that happened, it would have exploded and it would have immediately vaporized one of us, and then the other one would have been maimed forever. So they would have just been like a torso and a head. But the head would have had no ears, nose, or lips because they would have been blown off.
and no one would have known what had happened either.
Yeah, and they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know which one of us it was.
Ooh,
because it'd be so damaged. So then they try
and Humpty Dumpty you and accidentally create a Frankenstein monster.
So then whichever one of us it was would then have to travel around local schools warning them to not meddle with forces they cannot begin to comprehend. But then unfortunately,
powers of science.
Unfortunately, because that way of describing it was too cool, the kids end up wanting to comprehend it. Which leads to 30 nitroglycerin related deaths per month, which is 1 per day in April, June, September, November. There we are. And that was my little train of thought that I had just before I went to bed the other night.
Fair enough.
Terrifying insight into my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Nat if he's listening. We were good friends, man, and like it was
then,
weird.
Yeah, you do.
He suddenly decided. I'm blaming him. He suddenly decided that he wanted to be friends with the popular kids, and so he didn't want to hang out with us anymore.
Actually, no, I had a friend like that as well. Who you do know, but we won't name names to be naming names.
Yeah, I think I can probably guess, to be honest. But
yeah. Your mum and his mum used to work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's what I thought.
Narrows it down enough for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I still hear from him now and then, but nah, not really. Wouldn't consider a friend, really.
Yeah.
A mate. He's a mate.
A mate. This guy, my friend from the story, the one who may or may not have been a torso and a head, was the one whose dad taught Matt Lucas and David Williams at uni.
Ooh, okay.
Like when I mentioned this is the closest I've ever been to fame, is someone I was friends with for 2 years, his dad knew someone.
I'm your dad's sister's cousin's daughter's mother's uncle's stepdad's next door neighbor twice removed.
And what does that make us?
Absolutely nothing. So it's something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've actually watched Spaceballs, but that was the general gist of the quote.
Yeah, I don't know general gist of it. It's either that or Emperor's New Groove. I'm his.
I think it's been longer since I've watched that.
I'm his brother's niece. It's like I'm his brother's niece's cousin's brother's uncle's step niece's great aunt or something like that. Twice removed.
I do vaguely remember now you're saying it. Yeah. Wow.
I actually recently looked up. I want to try and remember. You know when Kronk's working in the kitchen in the restaurant, and the lady goes, "Did you get all that honey?" He says, "Let me see if I can remember this. Three oinkers wearing pants, plate of hot air, basket of grandma's breakfast, and change the bowl to a gill." Got it. There we go.
And that's just a quote you want to slam down in the memory banks.
Yeah, just so when someone says something complicated and then says, "Did you get that?" I can then say, "Three oinkers wearing pants, plate of hot air, basket of grandma's breakfast, change the bowl to a gill." Got it.
Yeah.
There we are. I've locked it in again now for another day.
And you'll lock it in again when you re-listen and edit the podcast in 2-3 weeks.
Yes. Tomorrow.
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
This is like I mentioned, like my useless superpower is remembering song lyrics and stuff like that. That's kind of how it's the same technique as well. You kind of just lock it in every now and then it stays there.
No, I wouldn't say that's mine. Because I'm not good at remembering exact quotes. I can usually remember gists of quotes.
Yeah.
But I don't know what my useless superpower
to the
would be.
gist station.
2 seconds. Oh. 2 seconds, recording. I got called from the ether. Anyway. Any more news?
making complicated structures out of cardboard and papier-mâché. You're a Peter presenter. Yeah. That's your superpower.
my superpower is like an undiscovered children's TV presenter. It's
not even discovered. Yeah. That's pretty sad.
Am I just if anyone offered me a children's TV job, I'd be straight on that shit. I'd sell myself out. I don't care.
I mean, sad in that it's like not even the superpower gets you discovered.
Oh, okay. No.
Sad as in boohoo sad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would. I'd fucking dress up and Mr. Tumble myself out for children's TV if it would get me on children's TV if I had to.
I'd Mr. Tumble myself out.
Yeah. Do you know Mr. Tumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I don't know how much of the modern kids shit you know. I've only started relearning it thanks to my nephew.
I pick up bits and bobs here and there from people.
Okay, what about Bing?
I've heard of it. I don't know it. Okay. I've heard the name. I think it might be. You see some things just on the TV guide as you're flicking channels.
Okay.
Oh shit! I was flicking channels the other day actually, and an episode of Star Trek: The TOS came on. And I was like, I really like that. I really want to watch it. And I looked on the guide. And it was like Series 2, Episode 9. I was like, I cannot.
I must not. I must hold it off. I do have a couple more like Star Trek mentions when we actually get back to TV of the year.
Oh, nice.
Like I did last year.
But yeah, I held off on watching that and waited for the next show to start, which was an episode of Voyager, because I thought it's going to be years till we watch that. I don't matter if I watch that now. And I haven't seen Voyager in years and years and years. And it started...
Which one was it? Did you like it?
It was...
It wasn't the fucking lizard one, was it?
No, it was...
No. Oh god, it wasn't the one where they fused Tuvok and Neelix, was it?
No, it was...
Okay, that's the two worst ones from the top of my head out of the way, so...
Q shows up.
Q? Oh, it was a Q one.
Q shows up and tries to have a baby with Janeway.
Yes, this one does sound familiar.
And I was watching it like, why am I watching this?
I mean, spoiler, spoiler alert. I think it was it the same episode, or it might be spoiler alert anyway, but in a series or two later, Q comes back with a son.
Yeah, he shows up at the end of the episode with a beautiful little boy.
Yeah.
Or Q, I guess, rather than boy.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, because it was a Q, baby.
It was this weird mix of like, you know, the kind of the tone that the Star Treks have, where you kind of, you know, it's still good, but at the same time, the entire premise and concept of it was just so fucking weird. And Q was so rapey.
And yeah, he's one of the better characters of the Star Trek franchise.
Yeah. I was sitting there thinking, this episode definitely fails the Bechdel test.
Like, I think like the Q Picard dynamic is always going to be legendary, but I do think I really like the Q Janeway dynamic as well. Just because it's like that lover who just keeps on getting put down, and no matter how much he tries, she keeps putting him down.
Oh, so you're playing hard to get, are you?
It's that, yeah. It literally is. The only difference is the stalker is multi-dimensional, omnipresent, presentable,
yeah.
Omni TV presentable being.
And then they go to the Q continuum, and he puts it in a kind of a way that they can understand it, and it's the way that they can understand it is the US Civil War. And again, it's just like, why is Star Trek obsessed with going back to the US Civil War and the Wild West?
Yeah, I guess
other periods of time. It's either that or it's Picard's vineyard in present day.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think in the later one, I remember the later one more just because I watched a few clips of it. In the later one, the Q continuum looks more like a porch of a house. Just in like in the middle of a desert with a long road.
Ah, okay.
Anyway. Yeah, Star Trek's good. We'll get there in like 10, 15 years.
I did see, it reminds me of someone, did I put it in the new shitpost channel or an Audibles? No, I must put it somewhere else.
Hang on, whilst you're looking, I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll cut this bit out. Maybe I won't. It depends how thoroughly I edit it. But we'll find out in the future, won't we? I'm trying to find this. I'm sure I posted this. Maybe I didn't post the comic. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. We'll never know. It's one of life's mysteries. Well, it doesn't look like I posted it here, which means I've got to find it on my computer, which is always a dangerous thing. Let me see. Did I even save it? That's the question. Did I even save it? And if I did, what folder did I save it in?
Oh, I guess you haven't found it yet then.
Oh no, here it is, found it.
Perfect timing.
There we are.
Oh, I have to click on the picture to see it.
My God, Jim, is that what I think it is? I think so, Bones.
I think so.
Fascinating. I think they used to call them fuses. I'm saying it for the people at home. The Klingons just hit us with a proton torpedo, Captain. Blew out 2 fuses, Captain. Already replaced them. None of the consoles have exploded, and there are no burns from the sparks. To think such a simple technology was lost for so long.
Oh my, Christ. Yeah. I mean, we know why, but yeah.
Yeah. I did read someone online was saying
I hope when we get to modern Star Trek series that even though they've gone all fancy with the special effects, they still have sparking consoles.
Yes, I very much hope so.
If they don't, and I'm not going to look it up because I'd like to keep it a surprise.
Yes. Yeah, someone's headcanon I read, just unrelated to this little picture actually, I just happened to read something about it the other day. They were saying that their headcanon is that the Federation is kind of like using technology almost in the same way that the Imperium does in Warhammer 40k, which is that they've kind of gone through this dark age at some point in the past, and they've got a load of technology, but the secrets of how to actually use it have all disappeared, which is why their ships are kind of like half jimmied together with technology they don't fully understand, which is why they keep exploding and sparking all the time. Because apparently in Deep Space Nine, their consoles aren't continually exploding. even when there's a disaster.
Yeah, actually,
that station's not made by humans.
Yeah, I was going to say you can make sense of that because it's a Cardassian ship.
But yeah, Star Trek chat.
Star Trek's a good show. We're slowly getting there.
I do, yeah. I very much enjoy the Star Trek. So, well, that'll be it then. Any other biscuits?
Is that? I don't think I do. No, I'm trying to look through like different post-its and stuff, but no.
Nut bow.
Tie your nuts in a bow. Have been bowed. Yeah, my nuts have been bowed. Oh!
Sat down funny.
Or shot in the nuts with a bow.
Yes. Ooh. That'll bolt you out of your seat. Anyway, it makes sense, doesn't it? So
you've been shot in your nuts with a bow. Remember to leave a like, a comment
down below,
and all the bollocks that they tell you to do.
if you're hurting down below, leave us a like down below.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go! If you're hurting down below, go and rub our down belows.
Yeah.
With your mouth, obviously.
Yes. Squeakity squeak squeak. Squeaker. Yes, if you've enjoyed it, don't forget you can also find us on Patreon. You can send us an email. It's all down below in the description.
Are you Patreonizing me?
Don't forget to tell someone about the podcast who doesn't already know about it. Or better yet, 2 people, and then we've got exponential growth.
Or better yet, find someone who's very big and famous and share it on their feed. No, I'm just...
Yeah. No, do that. I don't really mind that. That's fine. The worst they can do is just ignore it. I suppose the worst they could do is maybe post it to all their followers and say, look at these guys, aren't they shit? But then...
And not even that.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
We don't want to be seen telling people to do that, though, because that's just kind of like a rude thing to do, true. I guess, on the internet. So
we didn't say that. That was a ghost.
No.
A different ghost.
That was Richard.
Yes.
Coming in. You need to, like... go through all his like audio clips and piece together him saying that phrase.
You know the best thing? I'm not going to do that, obviously. But
no.
I don't even need to say that.
We'll have to. We should just randomly next time he's around try and get him to say like 2 or 3 phrases that include all the words to those phrases.
Yeah.
And then we can stitch it together more easily.
Well, one of the upcoming features in Adobe Creative Suite is actually you can feed it like speech, and
like
you can go through it and like type out a transcript and then line up each of the letters with the waveform, each of the phonemes with the waveform. You know, like a phoneme is like part of the word, and it will then try and learn how that person speaks. And it can actually synthesize. I watched a demonstration of it. It works really well. So that
we've got enough
may
recordings
be possible
of Rich
in the future.
We've got enough recordings of him.
I don't know what the like ETA of that feature was, but it's definitely it's a thing. Pretty amazing.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then,
he never does come back though, does he?
No. Well, I don't know yet because. I think I have it, or you might have it.
My sister has it.
It's an 8th Doctor one. Between us, we have an 8th Doctor one that I haven't listened to yet because I'm holding out from when me and Ray do like an 8th Doctor section for my channel. But in that one, it's like I can't remember what it was called, but he basically goes back and now he's got a grandson.
Oh.
And his grandson is played by Paul McGann's real life son.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he will eventually go back. I just haven't heard it yet, and I haven't looked into it because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Well, we got distracted on the outro again, but thanks for listening, everyone. We will see you next week. Maybe someone else will be here next time. It's a lottery. But
it's
at least
maybe you won't be, and one of them will be. But
that might be difficult.
Yeah. You're just gonna find that one week when you have pulled out, the 3 of us just still meet up and record something.
Yes.
And you just suddenly get like
you are allowed to do that.
No, I know.
But it won't be officially inaudible. It'd be like when professional darts broke away from world darts or whatever. It was a random fucking example, but
I was just gonna say it's like the you'd always get those like sister shows to like all the reality shows.
Oh yeah.
So you'd have like Big Brother's Big Mouth or Big Brother's Little Brother. We're the little brother to Inaudible.
Yeah.
Big Inaudible's Little Inaudible. Big Ball's Little Ball.
Big
Inaudible's Little Ball.
Perfect.
We'll be Inaudible's Little Ball.
With all the scrubs.
Ball.
Yeah. Inaudible's Little Ball.
Yeah. So, okay.
I like it. I'll sign off the release for you to. No lawyers from me. Right. Anyway, thanks everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks, Ozzy.
it wouldn't be an inaudible without a rambly outro.
No. Speak to you, or no, I'll speak to you rather, and I won't see or hear you all at home, but you will hear us, or at least me, next time on Inaudible. Coming in your ears.
That's impossible to record sometimes.
Yes. Thank you for attempting to listen, and Ozzy, thank you for attempting to record it.
Yeah. You know me, I'm always up for it.
Yeah. So I've heard. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.